Hi everyone and welcome to Dear DharmaDude. My name is Vivian and I'm with the Venerable Master Heng Chang. And my special guest today is Jason. So Jason, did you have a question for the Master?
Yes, I do. How do you deal with hypocrisy in adults, or more specifically in older family figures, and how their teachings to the younger generation and the way they act among themselves?
Can you elaborate a little bit, like what do they do to you? What is the effect with your feelings?
Like, for example, in all Asian families, it's one of the major themes is always respect your elders,
right,
or an older figure, whether it be a brother, an older cousin, an uncle, regardless.
Obedience. You must obey the orders.
Yeah, you must obey the orders. But at times when I see my aunt and my uncles interact, they don't show that respect to each other, and they argue, and they always feel that they're right.
Okay.
So how do they expect the younger generation to...
They say one thing, but they live contrary to that,
Yes.
that code that they're preaching.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your feeling when you see that?
I do just try to avoid it, and I just tell myself I'll be different, and I won't be like them. I'll try to, find a way, but...
Did you find that way yet?
I'm young, I'm 20, I got years to go.
Right. But, for example, even, say, honesty, like not lying, do you think that's easy to hold?
Very hard.
Very hard, right? There's certain things, something that you see that certain kind of promise sometimes we cannot just keep, especially promise to ourselves. It's too hard to keep. You think you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not, sometimes it's not about hypocrisy, but really, it's not something that easy say, easy do. It's not easy. I always admire the samurais in the ancient Japan. They live by the code, the Bushido, meaning the code of warrior. They never need to tell lies, because they have to live honestly, candidly. They have to be radically honest with themselves. When they do, they say have to match. They don't say a lot, but when they say, they really mean it. And if they lose the battle, or they become disrespectful, meaning they lost their honors, they did something to disgrace to themselves, they even harakiri, meaning they open up their belly, they kill themselves in a very solemn ceremony. In other words, they respect their own self. They really respect their own self. They really honor who they are. They really think and believe that it is honesty that make up themselves. And so they put themselves on the line. They're not to try to cheat others and be hypocritical about anything, and they what they say, they really mean it. So they become a class of people that is command respect to many others. Oh, you're a samurai, they immediately respect, because those people live by their words, by their deeds as well. So now I'm talking about a very extreme case, and sometimes we think samurai is brutal, but we need to think about their conduct and their ethics. It really, in some way, is really inspire us for one thing, the honesty, and especially the radical honesty to themselves. And I want to make the point, it's not easy to do that. Like if in the whole Japan we samurais. No, it's about a group of people. And so we are talking about how to deal with desires and how to deal with ourselves. And we know that in psychology that we have so many shadows, we have so many things that unconsciously really command our life. So we're not in our best when these shadows over and try to take over us. And so we were propelled by many actions that it really because of our own desires, our own personal desire, our selfishness and all that. And so you say, like your uncle, the auntie will say, okay, you should do this, you should do that. But then they go right off and they do this. They just say it, but because they don't really look into them themselves, right? And so we're talking about the key thing here. If you are really spiritual, you really look into yourselves and really question yourself and really cultivate yourself. Only when you cultivate yourself, then you will be more aware of what you say, or more aware of what you do. And therefore, you'll be less and less contradictory to your own self. So we move from very contradictory because deed and action and words, they don't match. Into a little more and more and more, further. So at one point in time, that your words, your deeds are just one. So that is a scale of evolution. So some people on this kind of scale really bother you and really annoyed, because they try to command you to do this, but they don't even themselves do.
Yes.
But give them the benefit of the doubt, and give them really the benefit, what we call the spiritual benefit. They will evolve, and sometimes you understand, you ignore, and actually you should love them, because they may be very socially mature, but spiritually they're not mature. What do you think, Vivian?
I think that sometimes it's not a conscious choice. I mean, ideally, I would love to be honest with others, obviously, but it starts with myself, and sometimes I have to fool myself into, whatever it is that I want to do. So I don't think it's a conscious decision that they make to say, oh, Jason, make sure you respect your older brother, and then they go and they fight with their older sisters. I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but it's not something that they wanted to do, in terms of like, I totally want to be hypocritical today, but it just happens.
It does say a very important thing, that intuitively they want to be done.
Right.
They still on this side of the slide.
Right.
They don't even go over here yet.
Right. So it's not, again, a conscious decision where they would ideally want to be on that spiritual maturity, and if you can appreciate that.
I would say, for me, I would say these people, I don't say hypocritical, but I would say, oops, you are not very well spiritually developed yet. You're on the way, and here's your scale. From 1 to 10, maybe you just want to make -2. But I would give them, and I would not try to let my hatred and anger and intolerance take over me. Instead I give love to them, because I would say, oh, you live that long, but the problems that you haven't seen yet. But I have a little bit of understanding, information about this, so I wouldn't want to, push you into the corner or say no, you're bad. But I would wait, and I would develop myself. Yes?
So instead of saying, oh, I don't want to be like them, you should instead commend them for at least having your best interests at heart, meaning at least if they can't do it, then you can be respectful.
Yeah, you be your best, your best, because there's no point to fight with these adults. No fight. They're not going to listen to you, right? So, but you develop your best, and by being your best, your energy, your energy field will affect them, because we live and we don't want to have conflict with people. We want to inspire people, and especially those people who have problems. They will listen to you in the future.
Thank you.
It's about energy. It's about your heart. So it's not about very much about who's right, who's wrong, or what I try to correct the wrong. Maybe it doesn't work that way either.
Okay. So thank you, Master, for your wisdom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason, for asking that question, and thank you, viewers. See you next time. Bye.